Thank you guys for tuning in with the Sony Xperia M review here, which is a quite nice smartphone for about 200 bucks that you can buy right now. And we have 4 different color options here with the smartphone, which you can see here on the back of the box, which should be purple, yellow, white and black. We have, as you can see, the black one, which is, I think, the best-selling device, or should be the best-selling device of this smartphone. And let's just check out how it looks like, and after we can check out the software, what's pre-installed. So the first hands-on, you can see that we have here the micro USB port for charging and data transfer. On the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, on and off switch, volume rocker, camera button here. On the bottom you have the possibility to have a lanyard or something like that here hanging out, since the microphone is actually right here. And on the other side we have again the micro USB. So we have on the back the 5-megapixel camera with 720p video capabilities, also a flashlight, little microphone, and there's the speaker, NFC area here in the middle, and it feels quite nice. You could say rubberish, but I would rather say it feels like a stone. It's of course plastic, but also, yeah, it just looks like with the little white dots here inside, which you can maybe see, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is really stone-ish feeling, and it feels quite good here by Sony. It won't really slip out of our hands. I would wish the front, yeah, it would also somewhat feel like that, but of course we have a nice little touchscreen here, which has already a lot of fingerprints of mine on it, but you can clean it quite quickly just by rubbing, for example, on your shirt, and there you go, it's now nice and clean again. So if you look at the back or the inside, which is quite easy to open up like that, you can see that we have a 1700 milliamp battery, 6.3 watt hours, micro SIM and micro SD card reader for more data, of course. There is again the camera, flash, speaker here on the bottom and everything. And actually for the lanyard you have here this nice little screw here, which comes out of the hole where I just took off the back to put on. There's no lanyard in the box, but you can of course use your own if you would want to. In the box you will find micro USB cable, headset and charger, which gives out 850 milliamps, means in about 2 hours you can charge the device completely. So now I think there's a storm coming up here for the Oktoberfest in Munich, so let's hurry up a little bit with the review. So you can see we have the Bravia engine here installed, which means you have the possibility to unlock it right away, or listen to some music if you would have some on here, or start the camera right away, which you can actually also directly start, of course, by pressing here longly the camera button, and then you can shoot your first pictures, which I could also do right now. But let's just check out also the front camera, which looks like this. It's a VGA camera, it's right here, and you can see that it's pretty dynamic when it comes to light, but of course not the sharpest, since I said it's VGA, but still totally enough for Skype or anything like that to see your girlfriend, or so I can see my girlfriend, for example, here with the smartphone. And when you record video, you can also take pictures while you record a video, so that's quite handy. You will also be able to see that you can record video on both ends, and you have also the HDR feature here. And now, since we are already here in a device or in an application that has a nice screen, let's just check out here from the side that, of course, since it's only 200 bucks, this is not an IPS screen, so from the side the screen does not look perfect as far as I would say it. This could be better, and otherwise on the bottom also, and from the top again, the blacks are just really yeah, changing completely, and white and everything, the colors not perfect, but looking at it from the front, it's totally enough and fine for using every day, even when the sun is shining. We already tested that, check out that video, it looks really quite good. So this is how it would look like when you unlock it. You have some apps, the Jetpack Joyride and MX Player are by me, but otherwise this is how it would look like when you really take it out of the box and start it up for the first time. For example, also the McAfee antivirus is on here. We have here also the date if you would want that. That's of course quite handy. You can change the different sound profiles, Bluetooth, wireless on off, data on off, and everything else you will find of course here in the settings directly, as you know probably already from other smartphones with Android operating system on it, which you can actually also access here by settings. So you can see we have the nice little 3 Android buttons on the bottom, where you can access your last apps. You can see a little bit here what I used before, and also we have access to little apps like the calculator, an egg clock or just a timer, notes, and you can also record little notes via voice quickly. So for example, calculator would look like this. It's just an extra app here which you can use while, for example, being in your email and calculating something, or while chatting on WhatsApp to know the answer right away, and you don't have to close the other apps also. And you can of course open up multiple apps of these if you would. Well, okay, you can only open up one of these small little apps, since the screen is, I guess, not too big, but of course it looks quite nice. So if you use the device, you will see that these are the apps that are pre-installed. You have actually everything already on here that you would need. Of course, phone, calendar, messaging, and so on. Also here the Neo Reader, backup, calculator, and downloads. Neo Reader quite nice for reading QR codes. Going to the next slide, we have a little bit more by Sony, not so much by Google. Of course, Google Maps is on here, but Music Unlimited, Video Unlimited for buying movies. Then we have the Playmemories Online. You can play also with Sony PlayStation games if you would want to. We have an FM radio built in. You have Track ID, which is for if you don't know the song of the name that's playing on the radio, not on this radio, you cannot open up both at the same time. But you can hear music in a disco. Just press the Track ID button, and then you can really just check out what song that is and buy it later or download it later if you would want to. Movie Studio for cutting movies, that's by Android. Smart Connect is one of my favorite apps here by Sony, which is quite nice. You can set up your own settings, what should happen, for example, between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Let's just check it here. There should be the alarm clock started, and it should go to silent mode, and at the end at 7 a.m. the sound mode should go back to normal. Also here, when somebody is connecting a headset, or I am connecting a headset, the volume level should apply to maximum, probably, I guess. Start application Walkman, so the music should start right away, and it should also play. And when I unplug the headphones, the track should pause. And you can set all kinds of events, not only these three that are pre-installed, but I can just go here to the plus, say I want a new event. I want to add a condition, so I want at a certain time. There should be, I don't know, start action here at a certain time. It should read me out the time out loud, or read the text messages out loud that I just got the last 2 hours. Or you can see here I have all kinds of other things that it can do at a certain time, or at a certain, what was the other one? I don't even remember. Yeah, device. So you can see here there's quite a few things that could happen at the start, and the end. The same thing, of course. You can also say close the web page at that and that time, or stop the music, or yeah, what you have actually seen before. So this is all quite handy. So let's just go back here. Yes, we already had this page. Then we have more apps here, which are again standard Android apps, but we have also a game installed. That's what I installed. It's for free. Jetpack Joyride and the MX Player. Let's just start the game, and let's see how I did. So I already had it open before, as you can of course guess, but still it starts up quite quickly, since we have 1 gig of RAM, 1 GHz dual-core processor, and Adreno 305 graphics processor inside, which you can see is helping us quite a bit, since it's really smooth and fast here to play on this nice little Sony Xperia M smartphone. So let me just die, and then we can go on with the keyboard, how the videos look on the device, or how you can shoot actually videos with the device, how the quality is, and so on. So let's just go back here into the MX Player. And I shot a video in low light, which should look like this here in a club. Let's just start over. It looks okay. It's not too much low light, but it's low light, and you can see here the quality. It's a little bit stuttering. I have no clue why, since if there's a little bit more light, this is actually not happening. But you can of course also digitally zoom in if you want to. I would never recommend it actually, since it doesn't make sense to zoom in digitally, but you can do it if you would want to. So this is how it looks like with low light, and with standard light. Here, for example, in my garden, I did a short little video which looks also quite good. The focus was fast from macro to not macro teller, and the colors are totally fine also. So in 720p the video quality is alright, and you can, as I said, record only 720p, not full HD maximum, but it's fine. And you can also, of course, also play 720p, as you can see here. So all of these are actually in full resolution also in my YouTube channel, so you can check these out just here on Endeavor TV. Let me go back out here and let's check out the keyboard. So as you can see, I already wrote some text. And my favorite thing about Sony is that you can not only write like this, for example, your text, but just by typing, which is of course working quite fine. You can also flip the screen to flip the keyboard, which is really fast. You can also just do this for Mississippi. Bam! So this is really faster than just typing every letter separately, and I can do Google, I can do, I don't know, the moon, or anything that's of course in the vocabulary. And if it doesn't know something like, I already have my name inside, but if I just type it like that, you can see it already knows it. Or if I say, okay, Balazs, bam, it already knows it also, since I told the device how to write it in the first place. And you can just do that with anything else. Like I have a company here that's called Mofi. When I would do Mofi like this, it would of course not know the word. It says morgue, but when I say Mofi here, click on it, then it remembers it, and I can just connect the word, here the letters again, and bam, it knows it right away and doesn't tell me to use morgue. So this is quite nice to teach the smartphone some words, and then you can use it in everyday use. Also for really words and work that usually are not inside the standard vocabulary quite nicely. As you can see, the battery is draining a little bit. It's about 7 to 8 hours that you can use this mode actively, like I am right now, not turning the screen on, playing something, using the web, for example here with Chrome. You can check out the New York Times website here on mobile. It looks also quite nice and fast here. You can also play videos. So about 8 hours is what I would guess here when you use it all the time, but otherwise Sony tells us 500 hours of standby or 498 hours of standby. I would say about 3 or 4 days when you have your 3 or 2G on all the time. Otherwise that's, I think, a reasonable number, and it's about the same as you would get from an Apple iPhone, which I just will hold in a picture here so you can see the display size comparison. Also in thickness, the size comparison maybe. And otherwise, of course, triple the price for the iPhone, so that's not actually a fair comparison, but this is the Sony Xperia M. I hope you liked my little review here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more information and check out the other videos on this smartphone and other smartphones, of course, since I have over 4,000 videos already online about tech. My name is Balazs. Thank you much for tuning in, and see you soon again, hopefully.